Hi there, it's Jared Hamilton with the Hamilton Group at Cherry Creek Mortgage. Welcome to another edition of Java with Jared. Hope you guys are doing great. I do have to apologize. It's been a couple of weeks since you last got my Java with Jared. I had a death in the family, so it made things kind of crazy. So I do really apologize, but I'm really happy to be back here with you. So we've had a lot of stuff happen, and let me kind of get right to where rates are and the economic data. And I also have just some information that you can share with your clients on why the loan process is the way it is. So rates finished this week about the same levels as where they were last week. They are a little bit worse today than where they were kind of midweek, but relatively speaking, interest rates are again phenomenally low. Last week we saw the jobs report come out, and it was disappointing from the overall jobs expectations. There was expectations for about 160,000 new jobs to be added to the market. Only about 115,000 jobs were actually added. The unemployment rate ticked down to 8.1, but here's what the really important news is about this jobs data, is the labor participation rate, the labor force participation rate. Now that's how many people are actually in the market looking for jobs or are actually either looking or working. And that is at the lowest level since December of 1981. So that's why the unemployment rate ticked down a little bit, but the jobs report and number of jobs added was really, really low. The labor force participation rate is about at 63.8. So again, that's the lowest level since December of 1981. And just relatively speaking, the less people that are working and are even looking for work, the less that's going to be positive for the economy. So this week, stocks were down pretty much the whole week. And the real news also is what's going on in Europe. Now, there's more drama happening there. It's looking like Greece is probably going to be exiting the euro or being forced to exit the euro maybe sometime next year. In fact, the German Prime Minister, our Finance Minister, Mr. Wolfgang, basically dared Europe or dared Greece to leave the euro. So, depending upon how, if that happens and if it's an orderly exit or not, that's really going to be putting some pressure on the overall economy globally. There could be a flight to quality when that happens, and we could see interest rates get lower. Also, in France, there was a new president elected. Nicolas Sarkozy was ousted, and now we have, or France has, Francois Hollande, and he has won on the platform that instead of austerity measures, be more focused to growth. And what that will do is that will just, again, cause the whole European debt situation to maybe be forced to a head, and again, Spain's in a whole lot of trouble. So the bottom line is that it's possible that rates could even get lower sometime later on this summer. But they're already fantastic. And we know what's happened with the real estate market. It's basically exploded. I've been in the business for about 18 years. And I remember this kind of feels like what it was in the late 1990s, where people were writing offers on the hoods of cars. And what that does is it just breeds a whole lot of urgency and a whole lot of panic, and that can cause problems on its own. And combined with what's going on with interest or with underwriting, that can make for a pretty stressful process. So what I'm doing here with this Java is Jared, I'm including this wonderful article that Forbes printed. And what I would suggest that you do is you send this to every one of your clients who's considering buying a house, because what it does is it explains the loan process a little bit more detailed as to why underwriting is the way it is. We are underwriting loans, or the industry is underwriting loans, not just to make sure that people pay the loan back, but what's going on is that also mortgage lenders are fearful of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac causing us to buy loans back. If we don't originate a perfect file, which is dotting every I and crossing every T, then there's a fear of a buyback of that loan. And so what this article does is it kind of explains this to where consumers can understand it. It also helps the consumer get in the mindset of just kind of, in essence, doing what they're told. The author talks about when he was a kid and he asked his parents, his parents told him to do something and he thought it was ridiculous and wanted to argue about it and asked him why they had to do that. And his parents said, well, because I said so, which usually caused him to just shut up and do it. And it's kind of the same thing with loans, that he's saying when your mortgage lender asks you to get something, as opposed to arguing about it and frustrating yourself and spending time arguing about it, just get it to them. And then that really helps us, because what we can do is we can just cross that T and dot that I and get them the loan and everything's happy. So that's what has happened with mortgage rates over the last week. Again, hope you guys are doing wonderful, and I hope you really enjoy that article. Again, send it to all your clients, because I think not only will it make the loan process go smoother, but if they adopt that mindset, they're going to listen to you as the real estate agent too. So hope you're doing good. If you have any questions, please give us a call. My numbers are included. Have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful next week, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.